Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And oh happy day, I found a whole new what's the word I'm looking for? Seam, a whole new seam of stupid. You know when they do when they go mining and you find a new seam of gold. There's gold in them hills. Well, for a Doctor Who YouTuber who does like the current era, there is indeed gold in them there hills. The wonderful BBC America have done sterling work trying to sell the current era of Doctor Who, and God bless them for that. The only real problem they're coming up against is the current era of Doctor Who is unbelievably bad in every way, shape, and form. Making for some truly hilarious articles, right? Truly hilarious articles. We're going to be looking at my lowest point in Doctor Who. Now I would have stopped watching Doctor Who at Orphan 55. That's the video I dropped yesterday. That I would have stopped watching at that point had it not been for the channel. And I can't believe that they drove me to that point, right? But the lowest point in Doctor Who, I carried on watching for the channel so I could do reviews. The lowest point was Can You Hear Me? Can You Hear Me? When they had the worst part ever, when Graham at the end said, "Oh, Doctor, can you inspire me?" Which is what the Doctor freaking does. Doctor inspires you to be better people. That is Doctor Who, right? That's what the Doctor actually freaking does. And she couldn't do it. She said, I feel a bit socially awkward. And she... So the reason they did that, the reason they don't think this is crushingly anti what Doctor Who is because it's written by losers, essentially, who do feel socially awkward about a lot of things all the time, and they don't like feeling bad about it. The reason you feel socially awkward is because, generally speaking, you are twats, right? You are massive twats who have pointless lives, who do nothing with your lives, who live on Twitter, spewing venom and having absolutely no positive character trait whatsoever. They're all like, again, this era of Doctor Who attracts just mentally ill, evil people as fans. Now there are people who like the current era of Doctor Who who just like it, right? I mean, the same thing with the MCU. I reviewed Black Widow early, was it last week? I think, or whenever it came out, I reviewed Black Widow, and I gave it a harsh review because it wasn't very good, and there's a lot of problems with it. And also when I found out what it really should have been, when it's like Black Widow should have been Hawkeye going after the evil Black Widow and then turning her around, right? That would have been a great movie. Nah, not so much. And you would have found out what their history was. But no, not so much. But my point being is this: I have a neighbor around the corner who's got a 14, I don't know how old she is, anything from like 13 to 16. I have no idea how old she is. Who loved Black Widow. Absolutely loved Black Widow. She loved it, on its own merit. She loved it because it delivered the character that she wanted. So there are people out there who like the current era of Doctor Who who are not evil, insane, crazy people. But it does attract a lot of evil, insane, crazy people. Okay, great example of evil, insane, crazy people. I would say people who work for Doctor Who magazine, who then spent their lives on Twitter telling people who bought Doctor Who magazine they're evil people, they're terrible people. Benjamin Cook, by looking at you, and chasing people away from their publication. So anyway, with that long digression, we're going to be looking into how they sold this awful crap. I mean, it was just awful on so many levels. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'll be great. I'm going to be spewing a lot of hatred. Could you like that? That'd be very nice. Thank you very much. Can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Can you hit that subscribe button? Oh man, I want to get to where about to. I'm crawling up slowly. I'm at 3,070 subscribers now. Generally speaking, for every 50 subscribers I get, I go up 10, right? So if you can hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. If you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. You want to be super nice. We're talking super duper nice. Go check out my Indiegogo, 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. I plug it every video. This is the last week. I think this is the last week coming up, where so we can go to print, finish everything up. It's freaking awesome, mate. Freaking awesome. Go check out the video notes. All the information you need is right there. Let's open this up. What's it called? Anglophenia. You want to watch out for that? Might be catching. Anglophenia. Doctor Who. 10 things you might not know about Can You Hear Me? There's so many. Okay. Here's the thing I don't know about Can You Hear Me? How? How did that get made? How did that unwatchable bollocks actually get made? That's truly beyond me. Can You Hear Me plays out like a high-tech fairy tale. No, it doesn't. Nightmares are induced and collected for the sport of immortals. Well, that sounds like an interesting episode. I wish I saw that one. It's like someone took up the creepiest elements of BFG, added some ear fingers. Oh god, that was awful. That was so not scary. Like a wet willy. Like what? I don't know. Listen. I think that what they're going for with that is the same vibe they're going for with the wheelie bin that ate Mickey and Rose in the first episode. Because they wanted to have kids be engaged with it, go like see things in the real world and go, oh, look at that. Yeah. This is by somebody who has no clue. I mean, the finger thing was awful. And really went to town with it. Oh, God, yeah, it's also a story about mental health, where it certainly impacted my mental health, and I would not say positively. Okay, it impacted my mental health in a poor manner. Mental health and the silos in which we find ourselves. Silos in which we find ourselves trapped with our worst fears. I don't know, and yeah, so. This was the episode, if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, don't bother, where Yaz, after having no discernible character for 17 episodes, basically 80% of her screen time, had no discernible character other than being the bestest ever. She's just so good. Oh, Yaz, you're so wonderful. Then she also had mental health issues because she considered suicide when she was a schoolgirl, although she looked like she was in her 30s, because she was being bullied because she's a Muslim. What year was this again? Was this 1972? No. This was 2015, 2016, 2017. No one's being bullied for being Muslim. Don't be ridiculous. Especially not in bloody Yorkshire, where it's like 90% bloody Muslim. No one's being bullied for being a Muslim. Oh, and it's just, you know what? That's just disingenuous bollocks that Chibnall puts in because he wants to believe that England is a deeply, irrevocably racist country, and it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm quite happy about it. Anyway, they shoehorned in this thing, and also there was a policewoman who talked her down in the most boring way possible. Right? Absolutely boring. It was bad on every level. The only thing they got right, by the way, was this: the casting of this guy. He was pretty good. Everybody else, not so much. Here's a few things to watch out for next time you watch. There is never going to be a time I'm watching this again. Ever. I mean, listen, they tie me down, right? Like Clockwork Orange style. I might, yes. If my life depends on it, I don't know. I don't know, mate. Maybe not. We don't know what there's a dream. But I have no intention of ever watching this garbage ever again. Given the title of the episode is also a question, we'll note that Doctor Who has always been a little wary of using question marks in the story titles. In fact, this is the very first of its TV stories ever to use one. Yes, because they did garbage. Who wrote this one? Like, hang on one second. Let's open up here. Doctor Who, Can You Hear Me? Let's have a look who wrote this one. It's going to open up. Right, I'm recording this on Friday, where the internet just everyone is home, and they all just like everybody uses the internet at the same time, and it slows everything down. They told us they're putting fiber optics in, right? Told us, yeah. Don't hold your breath. Hang on a second. Written by Charlene James. Oh, there you go. Charlene James and Chris Chibnall. Dumb and Dumber. I wonder what Charlene James has done. Like, oh look! I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. Yay! Look at me. Which is all they freaking care about because they are racist. Let's see what her her bibliography. Oh, she's a playwright. Are these political plays, do you think? Maybe perchance? Almost certainly. Screenwriting. Discovery of Witches. I couldn't keep my eyes open for it. Episode of Doctor Who. Making the second black writer the entire history. Following. That was it, yeah. So, yeah, listen, you're a political playwright. My guess is writing about the terrible black oppression that you don't face. And amazingly, she turned out to be shit writing Doctor Who. Who could have seen that coming? I mean, really? I don't know. Maybe anybody without a terrible head injury. Fine. Did we do the first one yet? Okay, first one to use the question mark. Yes, his parents are absent from their home because they have gone to Whitby for the night, a popular seaside resort in the north coast of England. Whitby was also an inspirational place for Bram Stoker when he was planning and researching Dracula. He found lots of key details to the story. I mean, literally, the only way you can tell this story is by saying something that connects to a much better story. He found lots of details of the story in the Whitby Library, including the name of the eponymous lead. It's probably no coincidence that is where Yaz's parents went. Okay, I look at this. This is where Yaz's parents went. Okay, given the story's nightmarish vampiric elements. Bit of a stretch in it. Oh, look at real Doctor Who. Wow, I wonder why they got that there. Zenners mentions other immortal races the Doctor comes across in their travels. The Toymaker is a reference to the Celestial Toymaker from the first Doctor adventure of the same name. Actually, that's not a bad story, but it's weird. It's one of the ones where William Hartnell had to be gone because he, slowly dying from booze and cigarettes. I think at the time his arteries were hardening around his heart. So for at least one episode, he's played by somebody else. It's just you just see his hand. I would say much better. Every other appearance of the meddling monk, which hasn't been on TV, has been much better. He was going to come back in Colin Baker's second season. And they did, Big Finish did an audio adaptation of it called The Nightmare Fair, which is pretty darn good. It was written by Graham Williams. And they got, what's his name? The guy who played the second K9 in, because the guy who played the original Toymaker was Brown Bread, mate. Who's dead, okay? From the first story adventure of the same name, he would trap travelers into playing games with him, offering them their freedom as a reward, winning despite rigging the games so they would always win. The Eternals are always being fed on thoughts of mortal beings as their minds were warm thin by the passage of time. The Fifth Doctor met them in Enlightenment. Originally, the guy. Yeah, that's a good story. Actually, have you ever seen the special edition on the DVD? I kind of prefer that one. Plus, you got what's the name? From Open All Hours as a sexy pirate with a lot of cleavage. Like a lot of cleavage heaving through it. Or was it her cleavage or was it Tegan's? I just remember there being a lot of cleavage. Honestly, when I was a kid watching these things, I didn't see where the cleavage was connected to. I was like, I just went for like, oh, there's cleavage. The goddess he refers to are more elevated race of mortals, closer to the spirit of the early Greek gods, each with its own responsibility. The Fourth Doctor encountered the White Guardian of Light and Order and Structure, and the Black Guardian of Darkness, Chaos, and Energy, while searching for the key to time in the Ribos operation. Fine, yes, we have used. They have used Immortals before. Yeah, honestly, Chris Chibnall, his Doctor Who sounds like a tone-deaf Doctor Who, a woke, tone-deaf Doctor Who karaoke, right? Where he just redoes things that people have done before in a woke way that isn't very good, right? Yes, that he reuses elements been before. Wow, what a shocker! What a shocker! Ingelder, the only good thing about the episode, who plays Ellen, has been blessed with a career that crosses over between Torchwood. He was Mr. Decker in Children of Earth. Don't remember that at all. Children of Earth was the best Torchwood. Game of Thrones, Kevin Lannister, freaking awesome in that, starting in 2011. And the world of his Dark Materials. Gelder starred as librarian scholar Charles in the BBC adaptation of the Philip Pullman books in 2019. Gelder has already appeared in Doctor Who before this episode, but we didn't get to see his face. He was the voice of the Remnants in the Ghost Monument. Wow, that's actually a really good bit of casting. Ghost Monument is when I still hope this current era Doctor Who would be not unbelievably awful, right? I was still on board at that point. And when accepting the role, he was keen to ensure he would not preclude him from appearing in the future Doctor Who stories in person. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I only hope you can appear in future Doctor Who stories that are good, right? That are good. If you're wondering if they did the creepy special effects of Zelda fingers flying off, how they did the creepy special effects of Zelda fingers flying off, I wasn't wondering. I was just looking at it amazed, going, "What? Why? What? Why? Who thinks that's scary? It's just so stupid. It is just so stupid." And like the finger in here, I just don't know. It's partially computer trickery. Oh well, you know who knew, right? Really, wow, what a shock. But it's also pathetic that Gelder wore over a clenched fist a literal fingerless glove, which allowed the crew to get as many real-life shots as possible before bringing in the digital magic. Red Girl FX shared a few work-in-progress shots in an Instagram post, including this one with that also shows how lifelike the glove was. Do you think he chose Red Girl FX because it's got the word girl in it? Right? That's why they got rid of Milk or whatever they're called. Do you think that's why? Sounds like the stupid thing that Chris General would do. They also shared pics of the fingers too, which have been fingers of the fingers which have been sculpted too. Okay, fine, well done. Apparently, the toughest nut to crack was the epoxy cast of the human fingers without bubbles. The best ones were scanned to be digitally animated. Why don't they just scan his fingers? It's like it's actual be digitally animated, and they had to make hollow fingers and clear fingers, and then filled fingers with nightmares in. Whatever. It was just like, again, it was just bad judgment. It wasn't even being what, it was just very bad judgment. This is how you're trying to sell this, which I find just incredible. Right? Just incredible. This is how you're trying to sell this. This week's moment of British slang comes courtesy of police officer Anita Patel. Yeah, exactly. A Muslim cop in the deeply racist anti-Muslim world that Yaz lives in, apparently, who was responsible for Yaz's suggestion that she wouldn't remember her with I flippin' do remember you. It was a way of saying saying the much stronger F word like freaking or fracking. You know, you could say this rhymes with ducking. That is especially common in North England. It's not related to American slang terms. Flip your wig or flip. Who gives a crap? Flipbird, and was first recorded as a slang term in 1911 by D.H. Lawrence. Wow. Honestly, I'm finding your factoids as boring as the episode. I was falling asleep as I was reading that. It was like, okay, well, that's good for you, mate. And again, this is how they're selling Doctor. Like, somebody explain it to me. As well as putting the fingerless glove on, poor Gelder had to submit to having his head shaved and a whole series of tattoos applied. Oh, yes, how terrible. How much were you paid again? Yeah, shut up. These were specially commissioned and included a dream catcher, the missing fingers too, as revealed by makeup artist Claire Pritchard. What's a dream catcher? So she says, I was so pleased with this bit of gentle persuasion with that Ian Gelder, we could go for it and add the detached digital dream catcher into the tattoo design. Are they talking about the fingers? Okay, whatever. Again, that's what I am with just everything on this. Like, oh god, whatever. We wouldn't normally include a note of criticism here, but as everyone is entitled to their opinions, after all. But one of the interesting points that fans did pick up on was the Doctor's response to fears of Graham and potential return of his cancer. Oh, did we pick up on that? Yeah. So I haven't read this before. This is Dominic Martin. Dan from the Spacebook said he's a good guy. So let's see what he's got to say. I mean, is he going against the body? Right. Let's find out what he's got to say. I liked it. I didn't, but the Doctor's blatant lack of sympathy and how did you like it? Okay, whatever. I don't really. You didn't like it. You're just being politically correct, right? That's what I think. But the blatant lack of sympathy and reassurance played for laughs to Graham when he confessed the fear about his cancer returning was wildly off the mark. Writing in an episode about mental illness, it's really no laughing matter. Yeah, they got hauled over the coals for that, but nobody really cared. But yeah, he's probably the most kosher criticism you could put up there, because everybody else would be like, he's black, okay, so he can't say that he hates black people, which is what they would say. That's the thing. You see, whenever you come up with a criticism about the current era of Doctor Who, their go-to response is, well, you're just a bigot. You're just a bigot. No, I'm not. You just wrote shit. That's all you did. In a way, it's a hallmark of how invested we are in the relationship between Graham and the Doctor, which is a fresh look at the traditional companion relationship. Not really. Graham feels older than Doctor at times, all the time. Graham was had the emotional arc of season 11, right? Graham was the character that people attached to, and Graham was essentially the hero of that season. They changed that in season 12, obviously. They made him a doofus with actually making Jodie Whittaker into a hero, which she's so not. I don't think I'll come to some others. For the Doctor to drop the ball at such a significant moment feels out of character, even if 13 is challenging the social awkwardness of her predecessors. Okay. Here's the truth. Everybody feels bad some way about sometimes. Everybody gets scared, right? Everybody gets scared. Being brave isn't not being scared. Being brave is not being controlled by your fear. Everybody gets fear. Everybody gets social awkwardness. The 1st, 5th, 11th, and 12th Doctors were never controlled by their social awkwardness. The 13th Doctor is, but the 13th Doctor is essentially the opposite of the Doctor. I've said this going on for like the last couple of weeks now. The through line of the character is the Doctor is an anti-authoritarian authority, right? Anti-authoritarian authority, whereas Jodie Whittaker is an unauthoritative conformist. Unauthoritative authority. A conformist, a horrible conformist. She's a conformist with no authority whatsoever. She is literally the opposite of what Doctor Who is. As well as the punctuation innovation, the first Doctor Who story to feature a specially commissioned animation as part. Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's called very bad storytelling. That you need to have a info dump, and you have to put it by a crap animation, and it was crap animation. Is just such an incredible failure. I wish they could have had like Philip Hinchcliffe or something be overseeing this and just say no, all these stupid ideas that Chris Chibnall vomiting out. The first one to feature a special commission animation as part of the storytelling. Nina Chakrabarti. Wasn't she the woman who wrote the report for the Labour Party a few years ago, saying they weren't anti-Semitic when in fact they were deeply anti-Semitic? Her name was Chakrabarti. Maybe they're related. Who provided the beautiful story of the Love-Struck Immortals, shared some of her drawings in a post, in an Instagram post, and they're well worth a look. Oh look, it's crap. It's crap. It's crap. It's all crap. I mean, really? No, they're not well worth a look. I mean, you just reminded me how bad this episode was. It failed on every conceivable level. This is an absolute embarrassment, right? This is an absolute and complete embarrassment. Can you hear me? Not if we're lucky, mate. Not if we're lucky. You know, I've known people who would rather stab themselves in the eardrums than listen to this unending bollocks. I wouldn't recommend you do that, but equally, I wouldn't recommend you watch this garbage, because that's what it is! My name is Tzvi Lebetkin. Do you want to have from another planet? Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.